Good morning. Welcome to Tuesday Talk with Priscilla Wilkinson. A few months ago, back in July as a matter of fact, God gave me a vision for a Bible study series that Women of Life should start. And that vision was so clear. God laid out everything. And so I went before the Women of Life board and discussed it with them, told me what I felt God was leading us to do. They were all on board. And we sat there, as a matter of fact, in that meeting, we laid everything out, and how we were going to do it, who was going to lead the Bible studies, what guest speakers we wanted, everything. And I was the one who was supposed to just look into things, do your research, do your due diligence. And so I did. And as I was doing that, I came upon a Bible study series that someone else was doing. And I watched it a couple times and I really enjoyed it. And I was like, wow, I wonder how they do this. I wonder how they do that. And I got all caught up in that. So the next month when we meet, we were supposed to have started the Bible study series in August. But when we met, I said to the group, hey, let's delay. Let's put it off because I saw this and I saw that, and I think we need to look into this to see if we can add this type of technology to our Bible study series. And so they agreed and okay, we'll put it off another month. So we'll start in September. So I went back, I investigated, I found out how much it cost, what it cost to do what this other group was doing. Well, the cost was $100 a month. Women of Life can't afford $100 a month for a 1 hour Bible study once a month. And so once again, I come to the group and I say, well, let's put it off another month. Let's wait. We don't have it all together yet. There are things we need to do. What God showed me this morning was I wasn't being obedient. God had given the vision for the Bible study series. I mean, it was really laid out. It is laid out. And what I was doing was I wanted things perfect. I wanted everything to line up and to be awesome, to be wonderful, so that we're going to come out and this thing is really going to have all the bells and whistles. Well, God didn't say anything to me in the vision about bells and whistles. He said to teach. Teach. And I was all caught up in all these other things. So that Bible study series didn't happen. And God was showing me this morning that I have been disobedient because He had shown us what to do. What I'm saying is it is important to do research. It is important to make sure you know what you're doing. Do things with excellence. But don't allow yourself to get caught up in what others are doing, so much so that you don't do what God has called you to do. Don't wait until you have everything you need to start. If God tells you to move, move, and move without delay. Do what He tells you to do. God will grow it. He will give you provision. He will do His part. But when He tells you to do something, do it. It is so important that we don't get caught up looking at others, that we don't get so caught up in the technical aspect of things, that we don't get caught up comparing ourselves to others. Because if we do that, we're gonna miss what God called us to do. So here it is. It's the end of September. You just as well say October. And Women of Life has not started the Bible study series. And whose fault is that? It's mine. It's mine because I got caught up in other things. I got caught up in trying to be perfect. No such thing, first of all. But all I'm saying to you, I really want to encourage someone out there today, because someone out there today, God has given a vision. And you haven't walked in it yet because you're trying to line everything up just right. You're trying to make everything perfect. You're trying to make sure that the money is right. You're trying to make sure the technology is right. You're trying to make sure so and so backs you up. You're trying to make sure this. You are not trusting God, right? Because when God gave you that vision, trust me, when He gave you that vision, He gave you what you needed. And if you are supposed to move, just move and watch Him do His part. He will do it. Don't delay. Do what God has called you to do. Step out on faith, right? Don't just look at what you see, because if you're working in what you see, you're going to miss it. Step out on faith. Remember, we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities in high places. So see, Satan had me distracted. Satan got me off of what God called me to do and got me caught up in stuff, what I could see. Well, let me tell you something. Priscilla and Women of Life, we're going to get back on board to what God has called us to do. So pretty soon you're going to be hearing about our new Women of Life Bible study series. And whatever He has called you to do, step out in faith and do it. Have a blessed day.